2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, we are back for another episode of Manny Monday, and I'm reading directly from my phone today. Today, or at least with this video, I'm gonna display a different type of energy. I got feedback from a friend recently, and he was talking about like my videos. He appreciated them, right? And he was like, "Man, it seems like you're so nervous in the videos, but you persevere." I'm like, nervous? Who nervous? I'm just trying to do this video without getting canceled, bro. Like, but today I'm gonna just exude energy, be here, having a conversation with the camera, right? In case you're not familiar with the Manny Money, it's an opportunity for me to talk to my family and friends and just let them know what's going on in the world, right? I usually read off a list. If you want that list is on my Instagram. Instagram is right here. But without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing is the library is the greatest heist. I can't stress this enough. Like, the library is the greatest invention of all time, right? And I don't think people take advantage of it. Like, you pay for it with your tax dollars. Like, do you understand how clutch the fucking library is? So let me explain this for you. You give these people a card. They let you get any book that you want, right? For example, I have this Ito book, right? Smash, right? I have a couple of them. I have Tomi, I have Gaio, I have Uzumaki, right? You get a book. You can get as many books as you want, at least my library. You can get as many books as you want. You can read them, bitches. Give them right back. Get more books. You can do this with movies. You can do this with games. Take advantage of the library. It's free game. There's so many books, there's so many mangas and stuff out there that you just need to read, that you just need to enjoy. And you can do it for practically free. I mean, you pay for it with your tax dollars, right? At least I think you do. If I'm wrong, don't quote me on it. But take advantage of the library, right? I've been reading the Ito series. It has been very interesting, right? So far, I read Deserted, I read Frankenstein, I read Gaio. I think Gaio is the most striking of the bunch because you deal with these creatures that they come from the sea, but they're different in a way. They're different in a way. I won't spoil it for you, but yeah, take advantage of the library. I don't know why people are going to the library. Like, stop sleeping on it. Like, come on. Like, it's free game. Like, let's be real, right? Second ordeal is I want a haircut, man. Like, I've traded do-rags for bonnets, and at first it was a great idea because it seemed like the thing to do. I've had waves all of my life. Not for my YouTube career, but all of my life. Like, from the moment I came out the womb till all the way up until October of last year, I had waves. And then I decided to do something different. And I was like, you know what? Let me grow my hair out. And I was growing my hair out, and I was having these little, I had a mini afro because I thought I was gonna go for like my little Saint Franklin. You know, I look nothing like that, man. But I thought I was gonna go for that vibe. Then I started growing more hair, and I thought I was gonna have like these little, you know, like little knots in it. But when I grow my hair out, and I use the sponge, the same sponge that everybody else uses, I get spiky hair, and I can't control it. It's getting to a certain length. I don't know what I want to do. I definitely do want to get a haircut. I need to get a taper or a lineup very soon. I know I'm in need of a haircut. I don't know what to do with my hair, but I am realizing that I feel, this is not anyone's judgment, this is my own judgment. I feel I was more attractive or more who I was when I had like waves, right? Because the waves, despite what everybody try to make you to believe with this whole dreadhead wave, is like, I believe that waves is very clean cut, it's professional looking, right? But then me with my ethnic hairstyle, with this afro and this curly and all this other shit and these little spiky at times, is I think what really has to sell this hairstyle is my personality versus like a clean cut and modest. Like, when I'm going for interviews and different things, like, they expect the clean cut afro type. And I mean the clean cut waves type. It's a very clean look, it's very modern, it's very professional. But then I feel like something like this is more ethnic, it's more edgy, you know, and stuff like that. But I say all that, I really do enjoy it. Although I do hate getting up every morning, spending like 20 to 40 minutes doing my hair. I know you're looking like, what? Why did he spend 20, 40 minutes? Girl, I use that olive oil, I use contour, I use Jamaican castor oil. You know what, that could be a whole nother video. Three, pride don't pay the bills. I've seen this, and I'm also like talking with myself, because I'm gonna go a lot into my deep into my situation. I just don't know what the future holds for me. But I will say that the most important thing at the end of the day is that you get your bread. I know like a lot of people criticize the different jobs that you do. Even when I was watching TV, a person was getting on somebody's ass for working at a Foot Locker. Like, at the end of the day, bills cost a certain amount of money, right? For example, my phone bill is $50 a month, right? I bought this phone cash, that's why it's $50 a month, but that's neither here nor there. My phone bill is $50 a month. Cricket don't give a fuck where I get that money from. They want their money. So I'm able to pay my phone bill and be able to utilize it. It's an equivalent exchange, right? So at the end of the day, like, I know people try to put you down for different jobs that you have, or does this pay, why do you do this and you gotta do that? It's like, no, you gotta put food on the table, you gotta take care of yourself. So do what you gotta do. Of course, legally, please. Legally, yeah. But yeah, get your money and don't let nobody try to demean you or say like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Like, no, because like, God forbid I lose everything, you know, I'm not gonna would. But like, the only thing that really matters to me is being able to pay rent, you know, be able to enjoy the festivities of life, you know, and be able to cook a decent meal, right? Right now, I know the black people gonna hate me. I have some watermelon, you know. I don't even know why it's a stereotype. Watermelon is a delicious fruit. I lost my thought. Oh damn, I'm sweating like I'm a preacher. Good Lord. But yeah, don't let that get to you. And I think that's something that I had to realize when I was graduating post-grad. Is people was telling me like, oh, you should go for this amount, you should go for that, right? But it comes to a certain point that I'm just like, fuck it, I need money, right? And so that ended up leading me to working in corrections, right? So I worked in corrections for a sting. Then I was a private investigator. And then now I with my current role, I'm working within schools. But that's a whole nother video for another day. But yeah, get your bread, man. Don't let nobody like try to discourage you and tell you. For trad wives, so there's a trend on TikTok where instead of like getting it from the store, there's these women that like make these things from scratch, right? And they're called trad wives, right? I'm not gonna talk about trad wives, so don't even. I just gave you the introduction to just give that caption, right? But what annoys me is the people in my life that just like, they make shit from scratch, and there's nothing wrong with it. But there's also nothing wrong with getting shit from the stove, right? Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with a little pasta sauce from the jar. Ain't nothing wrong with a sofrito. Don't look at me that way. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't gonna hurt you. Okay? Some canned beans, some canned corn, some canned vegetables, some string beans. Okay, I'm not a fan of string beans. I still buy them because like in case I run out of vegetables, but it ain't gonna hurt you. Okay? Good for you. Make that shit from scratch, bro. Good for you, you know? But I admit I'm a trad wife in some sense because like if I don't make a meal or if I don't cook it myself, I won't be eating at all. So like these pre-cooked meals and shit, I don't do it. Who do it? Not me. I cook most of all my meals, and I cook on Thursdays and Sundays, and then that's how I meal prep, and that's usually like the way in my plan. But like, yeah, great for you making those things from scratch. But yeah, food is food as long as it's healthy. I really don't care. You can judge me all you want for using that jar sofrito to make my Mexican rice and my Puerto Rican rice. It's still good. I'm gonna eat it. I cook Thursdays and Sundays. Hell yeah. And the last thing is number 5. You can't beat me, Jay. And looking at your eye right now, it's like you look like you think you can beat me. You can't. It's what Roman Reigns told Jay Uso at one instance, and it's something that still stays with me. Is because I'm speaking to the men when I talk about this, but it can be speaking to like all genders or women, and whatever you identify as, right? Like, I mean this in the very literal sense. Is like sometimes you just got to come to understand that you can't solve things with aggression and violence and belligerence. What's belligerence? Belligerence is meaning that you're eager to fight. You easily the throw them boys, right? You know, and you can't solve everything with your hands, right? I remember having this conversation with somebody, and I don't know if they're in the transition stage or whatnot. It's like they always was so quick to snap, right? They never snap with me, but I noticed like when I heard from other individuals or how they handle situations when they came back to me, that they always had to use violence as the answer. And I told them, is like, you know, you only can use that for so many things. You can only go so far with that, right? You know, you can't beat everybody's ass, right? You can't. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. There's 6 billion people in the world. You could try, but you just can't, right? So that's the very literal sense of you can't beat everybody, right? But I also want to add on to that, if I may, let me get my. Ooh, God, it's hot. Ooh. You also can't do everything by yourself, right? Okay, it's done. You cannot do everything by yourself. So with that, it's like you got to be okay with the realization that you can't beat everybody. You can't do everything by yourself, and it's okay. It's okay to ask for help, right? You know, if you ask for help and you get an answer and you be like, okay, like, oh no, I'm not gonna help you do it and stuff like that, right? I think it goes back to the later video that I tell you that I said not going to people and assuming shit, right? It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to understand that you are limited. And I think the beautiful thing about understanding your own limits and the origins of shit is like to be able to move forward and take advantage. So if I know I can take the baton only so far, let me get help, let me ask, and let me explore the options that I have at my disposal, right? This is a beautiful video, right? This is dedicated to my family and friends, but then also specifically to Javier, because he said that I talk a little nervous, but I had to just, you know, pop out and show niggas that I can be confident and I can speak effectively, right? I'm feeling the energy of this video, right? Please comment, like, subscribe. You subscribe. Yes, you subscribe. But yeah, it's been great. And see you next time.